Ever stand up after sitting for a while and feel like the Tin Man before Dorothy found the oil can? Your hips feel stiff, your back's not cooperating, and you're doing that little shuffle across the room, hoping nobody notices. Sitting all day has a funny way of doing that, but the good news is it doesn't take a long workout to help your body reset. Today I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to reduce stiffness after sitting, so when you stand up, your body feels a little more like itself again. Whether you've been working at a computer all day, driving for hours, traveling on a plane, or even just sitting for 30 minutes at lunch. True story. When you stand up, your joints feel a little stuck, your hips don't quite want to cooperate, and your first few steps are a little questionable. And it's not that there's anything wrong with you, it's simply that the body doesn't love staying in one position for too long. When we sit for long stretches, the muscles around the hips, back, and legs basically go into energy saving mode. So when you suddenly stand up and ask them to move again, your body needs a moment to remember what it's doing. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to reduce that stiffness after sitting. Nothing complicated, no long workout. Just a few short movement nuggets you can do during the day to help your body reset and feel better when you stand up. Because if we ignore that stiffness over and over again, something interesting happens. Those little moments of tightness start showing up more often. Your hips start feeling stiff even when you haven't been sitting for that long. Your back complains a little more when you stand up. And over time, people start thinking, maybe this is just what getting older feels like. But a lot of the time, it's simply that the body needs more regular movement during the day. You may have heard the phrase, motion is lotion, and it's actually a great way to think about this. So here's the first way to reduce stiffness after sitting. Move more during the day. Your joints and muscles respond really well to small, regular movement throughout the day. So instead of waiting until the end of the day to exercise, a much easier strategy is to simply move a little more often. Set a timer if you need to. Every 20 to 30 minutes, stand up and do one small movement. It only takes a minute or two, but it can make a huge difference in the way your body feels. The second way is to quickly wake up the hips and legs. This is a simple sequence you can do standing. We're going to move the hips, legs, and ankles through a few ranges of motion so everything wakes up again. You can do just a few reps of each. The goal here isn't intensity, it's simply reminding your body how to move again. Okay, so we're going to start standing. You can place one hand on a wall, a chair, a countertop, a desk, whatever you might have nearby. For stabilization, your other hand can go on your waist or hip. Whichever leg is furthest away from the wall, you want to just gently swing from front to back. And we're doing this to help loosen up the hip and to get a little bit more blood flowing in that joint. Just taking a few swings forward and back. Great, and then we're gonna let the legs swing behind, coming into a lunge position. Now this doesn't have to be super deep, but we do want the back leg to be in a parallel position with the heel up. The front leg is here to stabilize. Just be mindful that the knee does not pass the toes. Now I'm gonna bring my hands to my lower back here, just to prevent the back from arching, because then this will decrease the amount of stretch you get in front of the hip. So sit bones are going straight down, giving a little bit of pressure against the pelvis bones as you lift the chest and give a little arch here. Now sometimes I'll take my fists and push them into the hip bones too. This gives a little additional stretch for that hip flexor. That feels pretty good. You can bring the arms up overhead and give yourself an additional stretch for the upper body. Then from here, we're going to let the arms release. Allow the back heel to come down. That leg can rotate as you like. Give a little hamstring stretch. So hands can come above the knee. If you're a little bit more flexible, the hands can come below. Then bend your back knee, flex the front foot, and we get into the calf a little bit. Go ahead and come up to standing, touch that wall. We're going to take the leg that you're working and cross it over. So I'm going to face you so you can see. We want the toe knuckles, the top of your toe knuckles, onto the floor. Now if you're wearing shoes, you obviously have to take the shoes off. And then your back knee is going to gently press into your calf. We want the ankle to move on a forward motion, not down. This will stretch the top of your foot and ankle. Good. Go ahead and release. We turn around and do the other side. So hand comes to the wall or desk, other hand on your waist, and just gently swing the leg from front to back. Just want to go maybe 5, 10 times or until it feels good. You don't actually have to count the repetitions here. Good. From there, you're going to take that same leg that you were swinging, bring it behind you, ball of the foot, find your balance. Hands can come to your lower back and start to lift your ribs up, getting a little bit of an arch here. You can take your fists and press into the hip bones. We're looking for that stretch on the front of the hip. Arms can lift up and give yourself a nice stretch here as well. Then bring your torso back up, back foot comes flat, straightening the front leg. We don't want to push into this. We just want a gentle stretch. So we're opening up the back of the hip joint. And bend the back leg, knee over toes, and flex the front foot. Gently come up through standing. I'm going to turn to face you. You can face any way you'd like. Taking your working foot, crossing it over, toe knuckles down. Then gently bend your standing leg so it's pushing into your calf muscle. Get a little stretch in the front of that foot. Beautiful. Go ahead and release and shake it out. You can repeat this on either side if you like, but one set should do you just fine. Already your hips, legs, and back are getting a little more circulation and movement, but sometimes after sitting, the spine and shoulders still need a little attention. And here's a third way to reduce stiffness, giving the spine and calves a quick reset. This is one of my favorite morning stretches, but it works beautifully during the day too. For this one, you want to bring yourself up to a wall. You can use the back of a chair, a desk, a countertop. So hands are going to come roughly shoulder height. You're going to walk out into a 90-degree angle, downward dog, if you will. And from here, pedal your knees. Let one knee drop at a time. You get a little action for your hips and your spine. Now, another thing I like to do here is give a soft wag of the tail. Now, you'll notice one knee is bending a little bit more than the other, but it's not a pure pedal. It's more of an intentional, I'm squeezing the side of my body. I'm getting a nice stretch through that lower back. Good, then coming up, find your way into somewhat of a plank position. Your heels can be down or a little bit lifted, doesn't matter. Give yourself a couple baby push-ups here. This is to wake up the body, wake up your core, get some mobility through those shoulders, elbows, and arms. Then from here, we're going to step one foot forward, give a lunge, and now we're focusing on the calf muscle of the back leg. So back here by the knee, all the way down to that heel where the Achilles tendon is. You give a slight bend to that back knee. The heel might hover off the floor, that's fine. You'll notice the stretch moves down in the leg. Then switch feet, bring your right foot back, step the left foot forward, shift your weight a little bit more into that front leg so you're getting a nice stretch through that back calf muscle. And gently bend the back leg. Some people also feel this around the ankle joint in the front. If you feel that, as long as it's not bad pain, that's okay too. And from here, step the feet together, just a nice light touch with your hands. Take a few heel raises. So you're just lifting up and down, elevates as we call them in dance. Like an elevator, you're going straight up and down. This is to bring a little bit more circulation and blood flow and strength to your ankles and feet. Good. You don't have to do a certain amount of these, whatever feels good for you, until you feel a little bit of a buzzing sensation, if you will. So you feel that there's some energy happening there, and you're all done. Again, this doesn't need to be long. Even 30 to 60 seconds can help your body reset. I see this all the time with students. Many of them spend long hours at a desk or commuting, and they often tell me the same thing. Once they start adding tiny movement breaks like this throughout the day, they notice something interesting. They don't feel nearly as stiff when they stand up. Their hips feel looser and their back complains less. And moving around during the day just feels easier, not because they started doing intense workouts, but because they started moving more often. So if sitting all day leaves your body feeling stiff when you stand up, try this simple approach. Move a little bit more often and add 1 or 2 quick movement nuggets during the day. Give your body those small opportunities to reset, because sometimes the biggest difference doesn't come from doing more exercise. It comes from doing a little movement more often. And if you enjoy these kinds of short movement nuggets, That's exactly what I teach inside the Everyday Strength Method, where we focus on building the kind of functional strength that helps you move through daily life with more ease. I'll leave a link below if you'd like to explore that. Move smart, feel good, stay strong. See you next time.